Take up 3 positions, very aggressive with a 3-wide move down in turn number 1. We'll see what he can do now. Truex, your leader, on the outside of row 1. Beside him, Blaney. They're in the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out, and Jimmie Johnson is pushing Blaney hard. And now Jimmie Johnson is turned by Brad Keselowski. Johnson's car spins completely around, and the yellow flag is back out.
Doesn't look like Jimmie Johnson suffered any big damage. He went down the track. Keselowski caught him on the right rear, gently kind of nudged him around. Jimmie spins through the grass. Looks like the car was okay for the most part.
I think Jimmie Johnson moved down to the bottom to block Keselowski, who made a big run from the inside. And it looks like Keselowski got to that real estate just a little bit ahead of Jimmie Johnson. And what a tough break. And we have now Blaney and Truex racing down to the start-finish line, because I'm sure Blaney is feeling that maybe I got by Truex just before that yellow flag came out. And, of course, as the leader, you get to control where you start, so that could be a big deal right now.
Well, we'll watch the replay here that shows us clearly Jimmie Johnson goes down to the bottom, and I don't think Brad Keselowski turned him on purpose.
Oh, absolutely not. No. But I think it was a very aggressive move. He wasn't like he was way up on the left-hand side of Johnson's car there on the driver's side, just a little bit there. Johnson moved down to block that run a little bit, and the two came together. So no question Keselowski wasn't doing it on purpose, but I'm sure Jimmie Johnson's going to feel like, hey, there's not a lot of racing room down there, because if you're down there, how in the world are you going to get around turn 1 that far down on the racetrack?
So Jimmie Johnson, maybe his chance at pulling off the ultimate comeback probably disappeared here by spinning out. And NASCAR scoring is showing that Ryan Blaney indeed is going to be our leader. Brad Gilley.
Well, Brad Keselowski might have a little bit of a different opinion as to the way that went down. He said he just ran me off the racetrack. That's ridiculous. I don't run people like that off the racetrack. They were worried that Keselowski might have a little bit of right front damage. Even if he has a little bit, doesn't matter. I don't think they're going to pit the 2 car or anyone else up front.
So Jimmie Johnson is going to fall way back in the running order. We'll wait to see how the cars come across the line. But that's big for Ryan Blaney. Just before that yellow flag came out, he had nudged ahead of Martin Truex Jr., and now he will control the restart. And, of course, we'll be having probably 14, 15 laps to go.
All right, what do you think here? Jimmie Johnson's still out on the racetrack, but he is like the caboose here. Does he come in here the next time around before we get back to green?
Do they have tires?
Yeah.
Do they have any left?
I would think so. With no more than 7 cautions today, they've got to have tires left.
So he's being scored in the 24th position, but pit lane is still closed, so we'll wait to see. When you spin like that, you make the tires angry. I mean, Goodyear makes a great tire, but they just don't take a 360 circle at 180 miles per hour very well.
Brett McMillan, I know you're kind of following the action down there for Jimmie Johnson. What are they thinking here?
Well, I haven't heard a word on the radio from Jimmie Johnson at this point. The only word I've heard is closed, which means the pits are closed. But he does have sticker tires left here. They're on the wall, waiting for the pits to open. So I fully expect that Jimmie Johnson will come down and put fresh tires on, because if for no other reason than these probably flat-spotted the ones that are on there.
Man, Jimmie Johnson again, bad luck striking at the end of the race. And, Doug, at one point everybody used to joke about the golden horseshoe that was kind of jammed up the backside of Jimmie Johnson. If anything could go right, it would go right for Jimmie Johnson. Well, guess what? It fell out a long time ago.
Benny Parsons, and we talked about him earlier today, told me a long time ago, he said, once the good luck runs out, it's hard to find it again. You can go to the end of the rainbow. There's no pot of gold. And about 3 years ago, Jimmie Johnson had the luck drain out, and maybe that's all that he was going to do. I thought he had a legitimate shot to win this race tonight.
And I think that's probably why he was aggressive in trying to block that inside lane on the restart. Let's go down to Brett McMillan. Jimmie Johnson bringing in the Ally Chevrolet.
And he's come to a stop at his pit stall. There is a little bit of damage on the left rear of the car, but it's not touching the tires at all. They're changing the right side tires at this point. Everything seems to be going smooth on that side, coming around the left side. And they're going to top it off with fuel just a little bit. They're checking the flaps for the hood on the roof, checking those as well. And they're going to pull away on that left rear fender just a little bit. But like I said, I just didn't see it touching the tires at all with the damage that was there where it got contact with the 2 car. Continuing to do a little bit of work there in the left rear. So once again, they're checking the flaps on the front hood now as well, just to make sure that they're all in place as well. They got plenty of time now because the cars are not back even on the front stretch yet. They're going to once again put the